It is the Riot on Radio U, 8772 Radio U, Radio U Riot on Facebook. Got a little archaeology news here for you.
Oh, my favorite.
You love archaeology?
I love archaeology.
Yeah?
I love it.
It doesn't even involve dinosaurs, though. I feel like is that what archaeologists do? Like
I think archaeology is just bones. Isn't it?
dig
Like
up
old
stuff, right?
old things.
So it's digging up stuff from history. Sometimes it could be dinosaurs. Sometimes
treasure.
It could be treasure, sure.
Love me some treasure.
I think most of the time it's really boring stuff. And that's why we don't really care about it. But in this case, it's something interesting. So archaeologists have found a man in Italy. They believe he dates back to the 6th to 8th century, somewhere in there.
Long time ago.
Hard to really pin it down, but one of those 3 centuries. And 6th, 7th, or 8th. And what they found was they believe that he had his arm amputated and replaced with a knife.
Oh!
He was living his life with a knife. And the reason they find this interesting is because way back in those times, like based off of the way they found him, the condition and some of the stuff they were able to determine, it seems like it wasn't like he got his arm amputated and then he died. It was he got his arm amputated and he lived for a long time
with a knife hand.
For arm. Yeah.
Gotcha. So instead of a hook, a lot of people would go with a hook. I feel like
go
those
with a
days.
Hook in the well, this is pre-hook. Actually, you know what? I don't know when pirates were, but seems to be pre-hook. It seems to be when it was common to have a hook for a hand.
Well, I would rather have a knife than a hook. Realistically, what are you doing with a hook?
I want to know what you would. Let's say you get your arm amputated for whatever reason.
Oh yeah.
What are you replacing it with?
I have 2 different options. I'm either going to go with a fork because it's a little bit more versatile.
Yeah, sure.
Than a spoon would be. Also, a knife might be a little bit aggressive.
Why not go with a spork then?
You could go spork. But when I think of spork,
kind of useless, right?
Spork, I feel like that's like kind of plastically. I don't really see a lot of metal.
Do they make metal sporks?
I can't be sure. I've never had a metal spork.
I've never seen one.
It doesn't seem. I feel like metal would be a little bit too fancy for a spork.
Yeah,
spork has to be plastic.
Sporks are what you get at KFC for mashed potatoes.
Precisely.
And that's all that they're for.
So if I go fork, then I can also it can be used as a weapon, but it's not as quite aggressive as a knife.
How often do you need to use your hands as a weapon?
Well, I need if I ever need them. Yeah. I'd like to have them.
I guess you didn't need it at least once to get vengeance on the person who cut your arm off.
Precisely. So then I'm thinking if I couldn't go fork, and I had to go with something else, I might go like pool noodle.
Pool noodle?
Yeah, I can reach.
What would you use that for?
I could reach things that are up high, you know?
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have any grasping, so it just knocks stuff over.
And I catch it with my other hand. Like if I go to Kroger, a Giant Eagle, and I want something off the top of the shelf, I can just kind of smack it off of there.
That's a great idea.
Grab it with the other hand. So that would be my backup pool noodle, and it'd be funny.
Well, why not use a grabber then?
Oh, I could use a grabber.
A grabber for a hand.
Ooh, like an extendo arm.
Yeah, extendo.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really think there's a lot of other options.
I think I don't know what I would go with. I know I wouldn't go with knife. Even in those days.
Way too aggressive.
I just think I'd accidentally hurt myself.
Oh, you think it would be a hazard to yourself.
It's bad enough to use a knife a few times a week where I might hurt myself.
Let alone
Forget about having it constantly.
Yeah.
Who knows how, eventually my leg is going to get stabbed, or I don't know, I'm going to cut my face, or I'm going to be going to the bathroom and something's going to go wrong. It's just, a knife is... you're asking for trouble.
Your knife-eye coordination isn't what you think it is.
You're asking to get more appendages replaced by knives if you have one knife for a hand.
Yeah, realistically, I think you would hurt yourself seriously within 3 months.
Yeah, that doesn't seem safe. So what would I use? What would I get for a replacement for a hand? The fork's not a horrible idea.
Fork isn't terrible.
I don't know how versatile that would be, but at least you could definitely, you would get some use out of it.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't even know, would it be, if I guess it was my right hand, I would want a fork.
Yeah, because if you have anything else, can you even grasp a fork and knife?
Right.
You might as well already be grasping
I'm not
going
to be able to fork with my left hand. It's going to be hard. You know, it's going to be even harder. I need a pen for a hand. How am I going to write?
Well, you don't write anyways, realistically. How often do you write?
I write sometimes.
Oh, you write often?
I love to make Post-it notes here at work.
You see, I'm a
big Post-it note guy.
I haven't used a pencil, and I don't even know how long. I don't write anything down.
So not a pen for you.
Wouldn't be a pen for me. I would go pool noodle before pen.
What if it was my left hand? I just leave it.
You just nothing?
Yeah, don't need anything on it. Don't use
nothing?
Don't use it for anything.
Well, you need at least something. I would do something.
But my right hand would get all the job done. Done.
I think it's more of like a cool factor than you have to have something on that arm.
Cool.
Maybe like a kazoo or something, you know?
Yeah, right.
That's the first thing you think of when you think of cool.
Cool. Kazoo, yep. Cool. Or pool noodle. The pool noodle. Is obviously cool as well.
Versatile.
Yeah, it is fit for a king. It is the Riot.